Greetings, beautiful ones. There's so many lovely things I want to say to everyone. Welcome to Lesson 21, The Course in Miracles. I am determined to see things differently. The idea for today is obviously a continuation and extension of the preceding one. This time, however, specific mind-searching periods are necessary in addition to applying the idea to particular situations as they arise. 5 practice periods are urged, allowing a full minute for each. In the practice periods, begin by repeating the idea to yourself. Then close your eyes and search your mind carefully for situations past, present, or anticipated which arouse anger in you. The anger may take the form of any reaction ranging from mild irritation to rage. The degree of the emotion you experience does not matter. You will become increasingly aware that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a veil drawn over intense fury. Try, therefore, not to let the little thoughts of anger escape you in the practice periods. Remember that you do not really recognize what arouses anger in you, and nothing that you believe in this connection means anything. You will probably be tempted to dwell more on some situations than on others, on the fallacious grounds that they are more obvious. This is not so. It is merely an example of the belief that some forms of attack are more justified than others. As you search your mind for all the forms in which attack thoughts present themselves, hold each one in mind and tell yourself, I am determined to see Susan differently. I am determined to see Mark. I'll start the second one. It's about a situation. The first one's about a person, the second one's about a situation. I am determined to see relationships differently. Try to be as specific as possible. You may, for example, focus your anger on a particular attribute of a particular person, believing that the anger is limited to this aspect. If your perception of the person is suffering from this form of distortion, say, I am determined to see the narcissism in Margaret differently. Okay, so do your lesson, come back and join us for Jesus Commentary. Lesson 21. I am determined to see differently. I am determined to see things differently. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. This is one of the fundamental principles you need to realize you are pursuing in this practice. You are determined to see things differently. That, by assumption, means that some of the things you see now and interpret are incorrect. You acknowledge that by your willingness to practice. It is important for you to remember you are going to change some things in your world by doing this practice. This practice is a mind transformation process. Therefore, the world projected from your mind shifts and changes. This brings up fear in the eager mind because the ego's security and safety believes things should not change, specifically you. As you know, the ego is an aspect of your mind that uses separation and fear as its foundation. Now, as you go toward love and say, I need to change the way I see these things that I'm surrounded by, the ego begins to argue with you and responds, well, hang on a second. We've set up all these defenses. We've set up all these ways of doing things to keep you safe and away from potential danger. For example, other beings. That is one of the things the ego wants to do. It wants to keep you away from other beings because it perceives they are going to injure you or hurt you, and your control of your environment through defensiveness and attack is what actually keeps you safe. The truth is, it is actually what makes you miserable or sick. It is important for you to know that as you go through these lessons, that voice of argumentativeness presents itself on a regular basis. It may be quite loud at times, but you must go back to the reasons you began this course. You must go back to the reasons you felt you needed to have your mind changed. It is important that you revisit your initial decision to start the lessons of A Course in Miracles so that you do not forget or listen to the voice of the ego that says, hey, we were doing great without all of this discipline being asked of us. Let's go back to doing what we have always known and what we have always done. As you know, if you always do what you have always done, you will always get what you have always gotten. If that is not what you want and how you wish to express yourself and live, then you must decide to continue these lessons regardless of the commentary coming from the separated part of your mind that you call the ego mind. We are very proud of you for coming this far. We challenge you today to share these videos, whether or not you feel that anyone else in your group or your gathering place, your Facebook page, for example, will understand them. It is a great gift to humanity for you to share this series of lessons for those beings who might be suffering and may not know of its existence. It is a wonderful thing for you to contemplate doing. If you are too frightened to do it because you fear persecution or judgment from others, then you can look at that little secret hiding in your mind, which is that you care more about what others think than the health and well-being of your fellow brothers and sisters. That is a good thing to know if that lurks in your mind. You can work on that as well while we go through these lessons. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we are very pleased you are here. We will see you again tomorrow. Thank you. I love you. Namaste. Oh, I cut out too soon. Sorry, we're going to Jesus commentary now for lesson 21. So do your lesson and then come back and join us for the commentary. No, I'm finished. Whoops. Thank you for joining us today. See you tomorrow. Namaste.